All right. Good morning. You're welcome to the sermon, and my name is Tim Miyaki. Welcoming you to another episode of this conversation. Today, I'll be looking at the topic: Does God really exist? Does God really exist? Now, as thorny and as sensitive as this topic is, I will then want to go too deep into this conversation because it means a different thing to different people. Now, but this is how much I really would want to go into this conversation. I just want to look at it from this perspective. All right, let's assume God doesn't really exist. Truthfully, that God doesn't really exist. So it means all of the works we do, all of the good deeds, and all of the bad deeds we did while we are alive, and when we go, we actually don't appear anywhere, and we actually don't have any cause to worry because but our good and bad is actually ultimately not rewarded in the hereafter, but then we get our rewards and our punishments in the here, in the life here. So basically that's it. So but in the concept that God is a God that exists, and that means there's a being, supernatural, supreme being that we're answerable to, and we we are destined to now appear before a supreme being that will judge our good deeds and our bad deeds. Now, I happen to subscribe to the idea that there is a God that exists, and He's sitting right there, and He's judging and watching all over all the beings, and of course, eventually, when we die, we're going to be answerable to a supreme being. But the point I'm trying to make is this: is if there is no God, and that we all at the end of our lives don't have to appear before anything, then fine. Oh, beautiful. But what if there's really a God that we really have to answer to, and we live our lives carelessly, and is actually going to judge between good and evil? And if you do good, He rewards you with good, more good, and if you do evil, He rewards you with more evil. Wouldn't it be more safer to just do good, so that in case there is a God really, all right, then you'll be on the safe side in the hereafter? And what would you lose by doing good? Actually, even if, for instance, there is no God in existence, what would you lose by doing good? You know, there's this dopamine you get, this rush, this excitement you get when you do good. The more good you do, the more excited you get. The more evil you do, and the more bad you do, of course, there's something that is taken from you. You feel it. So even if the concept of God doesn't exist, look, the concept of good and evil exists, is here with us. All right. And we all know that the more good you do, and as much good as you do, the better, even for yourself. But as much bad that you do, the more insecure and unsafe, and suspicious of every other good thing or anything around you that you are. But in essence, in conclusion, is that God sure does exist. And how do I know, or how do I believe that God sure does exist? Because if I cannot explain how I became, and I need, I just rely on theories and philosophies that I can't sit and really understand, that brought about my existence, then those philosophies and those ideas and theories are limited. But I would rather go with a mysterious explanation to my existence, which is ascribed to God, that 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 I can't explain, because our existence we really can't explain outside of the concept of God, and that is better and safer for me to believe, because I can't even explain it. I feel it's better for me to go with the ignorance, the inability to understand the concept of my existence, than to go with the understanding of the concept of my existence, which is propounded by a man, a fellow person like me. Of which, if I can grow to that extent, I can as well propound another idea or theory that comes about the existence of man. So I think it's better and it's safer for me to go with the idea that God really does exist, because I can't even explain how I came about, except that which the Holy Spirit or the Bible tells me, or my religion tells me. And that for me is the idea. But like I said, it's okay for you to hold on to your idea that God doesn't exist. And I think it's okay for me to hold on to my idea that God does exist. And if for nothing, so that at the end of the day, if God sure does exist, then I have something good to present, even on Judgment Day. Have a wonderful day and hold on to what you believe. While I hold on to the fact that I believe that there is a God and there is a Judgment Day. And I'll be answerable to that. Thank you. I love you.